Hello and welcome, Christian filmmakers. I'm Ip, also known as Ippolit, and today I will make an outrageous statement. Think negative. Well, of course, when I say think negative, I do not want you to become pessimistic and cantankerous. I mean that I can suggest a way of thinking film by committing to a particular method that I call the think negative technique, and for a good reason. Let's do a bit of a quiz about how to depict abstract things on film. As we've reiterated in previous videos, the visual arts are all about making the invisible visible. So, for starters, let's take the abstract notion of thirst. What do you have to show so the audience gets the point? How do we read thirst from the silver screen? Want to hit the pause button and contemplate? Think about it for a minute. Usually, when I propose that question to my students, they quickly come up with answers like, the actor has to look thirsty. But how does one look thirsty without getting ridiculous? Dry lips? To pant like a dog with your tongue out? None of this is an indicator in the sense of precise sign language. By the way, putting the burden on the actor's face when trying to convey a visual message is always a poor solution. So some students say, show a desert, as if a picture like this will make the word thirst pop up in my mind when I see it. In order to understand how to depict abstract things, we must learn how to analyze them. Ask yourself what the word thirst actually means. It denotes a person's or any creature's desire to drink. Therefore, as long as nothing is included in the frame that clearly says drinking, you are actually not saying thirst either. And there are numerous ways of showing thirst by drinking, or at least by the attempt to drink. There is a beautiful moment in the classical epic Ben-Hur when a Roman centurion refuses to let the lead character get some water despite the heat and the hardships. You might argue that it's all there, the desert, the look of anguish on the slaves' faces, yet all this would be for naught if it weren't for all the drinking action that's going on all over the place. Almost everybody seems to be drinking, man and beast, except for poor Ben-Hur, whom Jesus will save at last. I have provided a link to that clip in the description below, if you want to watch it. Going on with our quiz, I wonder if you can guess the answer to question number 2. What are the visual requirements for depicting hunger? Guess you won't say, character looks hungry anymore, or would you? Of course, what you need to show is the act of eating. Nobody celebrated this principle more and better than Charlie Chaplin in his masterpiece, The Gold Rush, in which he can be seen feasting on a shoe for Thanksgiving. So, what's the takeaway here? You show hunger by eating. So, now you're ready for a tricky one. How do you depict absence? Or let's put it that way, how do you show that something or someone is not there? Again, in our task to make the invisible visible, we have to do some analyzing. What does the word absence mean anyway? We use it to denote things that were supposed to be there but aren't. For instance, somebody promised to show up but didn't. Somebody or something that was there just a moment ago and is now nowhere to be found. Somebody who is hiding from us, and so on. So, What we have to depict is precisely this relation defined by our anticipation. This young lady misses her boyfriend, who is present in this clip in the form of the picture she is holding in her hands, or he might appear as some ghostly epiphany. The rule is simple. You have to show what's missing, or simply you show absence by presence. Now, do you see the pattern? Absence through presence, thirst through drinking, hunger through eating. It's almost as if we always have to show the opposite of what we want to depict. That's the reason we call this thinking negative. So is it always the opposite we need to show? What about something like love? Do we have to show hate? Oh, well, make up your own mind watching the following clip.
Hello. I'd be very happy if you'd accept these as a token of our friendship.
I don't accept what other women refuse.
Huh? What?
I saw you buy them for that Spanish girl.
Huh?
And the way you looked at her, you sickly sap.
How did I look at her?
Oh, you're so mysterious. Yeah, you're a fine one to talk about being superior to women. Your career comes first, huh? Oh, you're so beautiful. You're so adorable.
I didn't talk like that.
Don't tell me how you talked. I heard you. And where is the pin? Don't feel for it because you haven't got it.
You saw me give it to her?
Yes, I saw you give it to her.
Well, what can I say?
Nothing, as usual. But I've got something to say. I'm here to tell you I never disliked a man so much in my life. I simply hate you. And now get out of here and take all this stuff with you. Go on, get out. What? You kissed me.
Oh my God, what just happened? How did that come about? Well, you see, when we have to depict love, we have to show what's at stake. Love is always connected to emotions like jealousy, fear of loss, fear of rejection. It's always connected to some sort of danger, and we have to show that. And this concludes our episode for today. So the next time you watch a movie, ask yourself, what is it that the filmmaker wanted to portray? And then ask yourself, what is the application of the think negative technique in this case? I wish you a great week and see you around. God bless.